Today on The Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make cheesy ranch chicken foil packets. This is a modern update on the classic hobo dinner. It's such an easy meal and it's perfect for on the go, whether you're outside, outdoors in a fire pit on a grill, or you can also cook them indoors in your oven. What vegetables you use are totally up to you. You just have to be aware of cooking time. Today we're going to be using broccoli, red onion, red bell pepper, and some potatoes. Red onions cook super fast, so all I'm going to do with these is kind of just cut them into little bite-sized chunks. Broccoli has a longer cooking time, so these smaller pieces are preferred, and with these larger ones, I'm definitely going to cut those up so that they're smaller. Now, if you like your broccoli extra tender, you can use the frozen broccoli florets. Those are kind of always a little bit softer, and they work great. With bell pepper, it's kind of the same as the onions. They do cook really fast, so I'm just gonna go for bite-sized chunks. Then the potatoes definitely take the longest to cook, so you can either slice these up thin, or you can dice them up, but you just have to make sure they're really small chunks. Once you have all of your ingredients prepped and ready to go, it's really easy to assemble the foil packets and customize them to everyone's personal taste preferences. To assemble, you'll need 4 large sheets of aluminum foil, and I know that there's a ton of myths out there about aluminum foil being bad for you. It's not, but if you are concerned, you could also use parchment paper or line the foil packet with parchment paper. Assembly starts with 1 boneless, skinless chicken breast, so you just lay that in the middle. Then you just want to kind of surround it with a little bit of each of your vegetables. You don't want to overfill this. I feel like my husband always overfills these and tacos. But you really don't want to go too wild and keep things reasonable so that you can close up your foil packet. You just have to remember that a little bit goes a long way. All that's left to do before we fold these up is to make our sauce, which will go over both our chicken and our veggies, and it's so delicious on all of them. This sauce starts with a 1/4 cup of ranch dressing. Then we'll add in 2 tablespoons of worcestershire, or however you want to say it, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, about 1.5 teaspoons of lemon juice, then 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. Although I know you guys don't always like that, so feel free to skip it if you don't care for it. Once that's all mixed up, you just want to drizzle this over your chicken and your vegetables. Once you've got the sauce on, then I like to sprinkle on some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And then it's time to fold these up. So I just go over and then tuck in and roll the edges so that nothing leaks out. Of course, this is much easier if you assemble all 4 at the same time instead of just 1 to demonstrate for a video. This recipe is written for 4 foil packets, but of course you can double it or half it or whatever you need to do to give it how many that you need. Now, the great thing about foil packets is that you have so many different cooking options. You can throw these on some hot coals to cook them on the campfire, although that one's a little bit risky and I often end up burning mine. But probably the safer routes are to go with either the grill outdoors or your oven. For the oven, you just pop them on a baking sheet and slide them into a 375-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes. The grill works a little differently. You want it to be about 400 degrees Fahrenheit and just place them directly on the grates. Then you just cook these with the lid closed for 20 to 25 minutes. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. We'll see you later.